I think I was one of the first. I think I was part of the first group of mentees who came to attend a tour such as this. And I really hope that in a few years' time, one of you here will be standing here and you say it's through the SWCM movement, and you heard two lawyers standing here as well, talking about their experiences.
So we really are very focused on litigation and drafting. So I do a lot of drafting of legal documents. So you also need to really have an interest in reading, because if you want to be an advocate, you're kind of saying that I want to be a specialist in the law. So just knowing a basic understanding of the law is not going to be enough. You need to be willing to deep dive into a dispute and find those nitty-gritty details in the wording and in the pages. That's what, advocates' work is about. So you need to have a keen interest in reading, and you also need to be confident in drafting and writing and giving your opinion across in your work based on what is in the law. So yes, I spend a lot of time drafting, mainly as a junior, and then also you appear in court. When an attorney does an ordinary, they appear in the lower courts, which is the magistrate courts. It's not always that you'll find an attorney appearing in the high courts, and they don't really litigate as much. They do all of the back end work, which is a huge component of what enables counsel to do their work. So a bulk of the work is done by attorneys. They then brief us. I'm not going to get into the whole briefing system. It's just too complicated for what we are doing here today. 1 second. And yes, so they do the bulk of the work, and then they brief us, and then we appear in court and argue the matter. Just to keep the language simple, we argue the matter. But in preparing for such arguments, you need to be very meticulous with how you look into every little detail. It's very detail-based, and you just need to be able to regulate yourself. So there is no boss when you're an advocate. You're your own boss. There's no micromanager. There's no one standing over your shoulder, no one coming into your office to say, this is what you must do now, this is your next task, this is how you must do it. There's no, if you want to not go to work the entire week, that's all on you. But you also need to understand that because you are running your own business, so being an advocate is running your own business. It works in the same model as if you had a shop and you were the owner of the shop. All the business things related to owning a shop, you do it yourself. So there's things like tax that need to be taken care of, there's admin that needs to be taken care of. You need to make sure that everything's in order. So it is a lot more dense than an attorney's firm where you'll have designated managers and admin staff who are dealing with those things for you. But when you're an advocate, you are running the entire show yourself. Yeah, so that's not always easy, but it is a very fulfilling path because you allow yourself to be self-regulated. I did my articles. While I was doing my articles, I applied to come to the bar. And the main question was, why did you never go and be a fully fledged attorney? Why did you just decide to come to the bar? Because I didn't want to be micromanaged. I knew my abilities. I was confident in the fact that I had my LLB, I had my master's. It's difficult for me to be in an environment where my growth was capped to what the firm wanted. And I told myself, you have the potential to be great at being an advocate. And I did it. I didn't know for the year of pupillage, when you're training to be an advocate, you don't get paid. I didn't know what we're going to do. You lean on your family, you lean on your support system. But when you set your mind to that intention, nothing can stop you. No finances, no one telling you you're not good enough, nothing, no stone that gets rolled in your way.
Like just being here, because I think my mindset was first time in court, what really happens here, because I was fascinated by being in SAPS Then when I got here, I was like, I want to be here.